It was one of my worst moments as a psychiatrist. Or was it? He hit the shrink and the shrink lost. He hit the shrink and the shrink lost. Yep, that's what happened to me. He hit the shrink, who was me, and I lost. You know, most psychiatrists, they don't want to work in a psychiatric hospital, precisely because it can get quite violent. They prefer the quiet of research or sitting in their office. But for me, I like the hospital. The high drama, the excitement, working with a team of other people. At the same time, there can be the potential for violence. Many of these patients, they have very poor impulse control. They fly off the handle very easily. And so it was on a seemingly innocuous Tuesday morning. I was making rounds, and this particular patient, he was a big guy, about 6'5". He was clearly very, very manic, very much hyper, out of control. And I spoke with him. I said, maybe medication might be helpful for you. He said, I don't really want to try medication. I said, well, look, you don't have to, but I'm going to order lithium. It's the gold standard for what you're going through, and at least give it a try tonight, and we'll see how things go. He didn't threaten, he didn't get upset. He nodded his head, and I walked out of the room. Well, it was a few moments later, I began to hear a moaning sound coming out of that room, and the moaning sound got louder and louder and louder. And before I knew it, this 6'5" gentleman came bounding out of his room toward me, and he punched me right in the nose, right in the face. Before I knew it, there was a bloody mess going on there, blood all over the place. And as he was getting ready to hit me a second time, divine intervention came along, intervened, because another patient, even bigger, came running down the hall and held him from behind and restrained him so he could not hit me a second time. This gave time for the mental health assistants to come along, and because of the violence, we had no choice but to restrain him for a period of time and give him some medication so he could calm down. What then happened was sort of comical. You have to understand, in the psychiatric hospital, there's patients there who they sometimes regard the psychiatrist, who was me, as almost somewhat of a father figure. Many of them had no father of their own. Many of them are suffering from significant mental illness. They may be have intellectual disabilities. And so, since everybody wants a sense of connection, they look to me almost like a father figure. But then imagine the scene. I got everybody together because of what had happened, and many people were crying and were very upset. And I sat in front of them with a towel on my nose, with blood coming out. And I assured them that everything was perfectly okay, everything was under control, there's nothing to worry about. What was amazing to me was later that day and in the next couple of days to follow, these patients, they were amazing. They came up to me, they cared, they asked me how I was doing. Here they were with their own sufferings that they had, and yet they were able to step out of themselves and show care and concern for me. It was absolutely beautiful. Opened my eyes to the potential that we humans have to be able to step outside of ourselves and to reach out to others. And as for the patient who came to my rescue, who saved the day and grabbed the violent patient from behind, I thanked him profusely for coming to my rescue. And true to form, he said to me, really, it was nothing. Doc, I'd do anything for you.